Hello and welcome everyone. I hope you all are fit and fine. Students, before the vacation, we have already completed the first chapter of social and political life, which is civics. Okay, now today we will begin with the second chapter of the civics, which is diversity and discrimination. Let us start now. See the first topic. The first topic is the introduction. The introductory part about diversity and discrimination. Let us start the topic now. Students, carefully listen to the explanation and see point number 1. Point number 1 is you studied about how diverse our cultures are within the country. In this fast developing world, we all keep moving from place to place and come across different people from different cultures and backgrounds. Students, as I always tell you that India is a country with diverse culture. Okay, you studied about how diverse our cultures are. In the first chapter itself, you have studied that India has a very diverse culture. Okay, India is a multicultural country. Okay, it has many different religions, it has many festivals, it has many other what it has many other religious festivals, it has different religious people, it has different cultural aspects. Okay, so here it tells that India is a very diverse country. Okay, it has a diverse culture, different food patterns are there, different cloth style is there, different types of dance and musics are famous according to different region. So India has a very diverse culture. In this fast developing world, we all keep moving from place to place and come across different people. See, people always move from one place to another, and generally they meet new people. Okay, every time people move from one place to another, maybe for their studies, maybe for the job purposes, maybe due to transfer of the jobs, for any reason. Okay, so people keep on moving from one place to other for some or the other reason, and due to which they tend to meet different kind of people. Okay, they meet different kind of people from different cultures, it's from different cultures and background. Okay, so people travel from one place to another and they meet different people with different cultures and background, who might have different religion, who might have their own cultures, who might be speaking different language, who might be celebrating their regional festivals. Okay, so in this way we can say that India has a very diverse culture in which the people are very diverse in nature. Okay, their cultures, their background, their traditions are not same, it is similar to each other. Now see the second point. We come across people who are highly educated and also who do not know how to read and write. We see people who struggle to make ends meet, and we see people who live in luxury. Students, when we see outside our house, okay, when we see outside our house into our environment, we see that there are different categories of people. Okay, they belong to different class, they have different income level. Okay, they have different personality, they have different educational level, they have different style of living, they have different lifestyle. So we come across people who are highly educated, like we see people who are very educated, who have immense knowledge. Okay, and we also can find some people who do not know how to read and write. That's correct. Okay, you might have seen such people, those who are very educated, and you might have seen also the people who are not so educated, who do not know how to read and write. Generally you see the poor people, those who do not get enough facility. Okay, they are not able to read and write, the illiterate people. So there are many categories of people, some are educated, some are not educated. Okay, now we see people who struggle to make ends meet, and we see people who live in luxury. That's correct. We see people that who are who are struggling hard in their life. Okay, they are struggling very hard in their life to settle their life, to to make everything possible in their life. Okay, but some people are there who are in ease, they are in calm, and they live their life in luxury, they have everything with them. Okay, so here some kind of people are there who have a very difficult life, who do not have their who do not have enough resources, who may face the problem because they do not have food to eat, they may face problem because they do not have jobs. So many reasons are there, so they struggle in their life, they work very very hard. But there are people who live luxurious life, who have like who have everything with them. Okay, good resources, food, house, clothing, everything they have to live. So it tells that India is a diverse country, it has diverse culture. Okay, it has multicultural background people. Okay, so in this, whenever you meet people, you will not see similar kind of people, you will always see different categories of people. So this is about the introductory part. Let us move to the third point. See, you must have seen in the picture of the father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi. He used to wear a simple dhoti, carried a stick, and had a very simple food habits. At times, he left on just some milk. He walked miles and did not travel in big cars. He may have looked like a simpleton, but do you know how he was a learned man? He was a lawyer in the Britain and South Africa. He helped the country get independence from its British rulers. Students, all of you know that Mahatma Gandhi is the father of our nation. Okay, he used to wear a simple dhoti. You might see, please look here, the picture of Mahatma Gandhi. You might see that, like you can easily see, that Mahatma Gandhi is wearing a very simple dhoti. He does not have that fancy attire with all the accessories. Okay, he has dressed up very simply, carried a stick. You will always find that in his picture, you might have been seen. Okay, you might have seen the stick which he used to carry. Okay, so he wears simple kind of dhoti. He has stick in his hand which helps him to walk, and he had a very simple food style. He has very simple food habits. He do not have the fancy habits of eating foods or luxury habits. At times he left on just some milks. Sometimes he used to consume only some milks. Okay, now he walked miles and did not travel in big car. He used to walk. He did not use any vehicles. He did not use to he did not use any big cars for the traveling purpose. He used to travel by walking. So he walked miles and miles. He did not travel in big cars, luxurious cars. Okay, he was a very simple man. That is why it is said he may have looked like a simpleton. He may have looked like a simpleton, like a human being of of very simple nature, a very simple outlook. Okay, that is known as simpleton. But do you know he was a very learned man? But do you know, despite of all this, we know that Gandhiji was a very educated man. He was a lawyer. He was a lawyer in Britain and South Africa. And plus, he helped our nation, India, to get independence from British rulers, from the colonial rules. Okay, so this shows that a person attire, a person's look doesn't make a people good or bad. It is about how they are, how their personality is, how their behaviors are, how disciplined they are, how educated they are. Okay, this makes a person good. Okay, not just the outlook but the which inner look which actually matters, right? Now, see the next point. Everyone is different. Everyone has some good qualities and some not so good. Therefore, it is wrong to judge anyone by their outward appearances. There is a common saying, looks can be Very deceptive, right? Very correct. Everyone is different. Student, as I told you previously, that you step out of your house and you try to look the people who are in your surrounding. Each one of, like, everybody is different from each other. Everyone has some good qualities and some not so good. Some people might be there who have very good qualities. They speak very nicely, very calmly. They are so kind, they are so helping, they are so understanding, they have so much of good qualities. But some are not so good, some may not be so understanding. Okay, so there can be different categories of people, right? But that doesn't mean that you will judge them. Therefore, it is wrong to judge anyone by their outward appearances. It doesn't, okay, as I said, the looks doesn't make a person good or bad. Okay, what makes a person good or bad? The what? The inner looks, not the outer looks. How you are, how your personality is, how disciplined you are, how calm and quiet your nature is, how kind you are with other people, how helping you are, how nicely you talk to other people. So all that thing makes you a good person. Okay, you should have a good soul, not just a good outfit. That is why it is said that there is a common saying, looks can be deceptive, right? It is not only about the looks, but it is also about our inner self. So you should not judge people by their looks. Okay, some might be very good, some might be not so good, but you should not judge them on the basis of their appearances, right? So this is what we have studied in our introductory part. Let us move to the second topic, which is prejudice. Students, the word prejudice, before going into the in-depth meaning of prejudice, let me tell you the meaning of prejudice. So if in Hindi I'll tell you the meaning, then prejudice means पक्षपात करना. Okay, prejudice means पक्षपात करना, or else favoritism, or you can also call it partiality, or the same synonym you can use, it is also termed as to discriminate, भेदभाव करना, partiality करना, differences. Okay, that is the meaning of prejudice, पक्षपात करना. Okay, let us understand the meaning in depth. See the first point, prejudice. Prejudice means biased opinion based on insufficient knowledge. Okay, biased means किसी एक की तरफ फेवरेटिज्म दिखाना, किसी एक को सपोर्ट करना, किसी के लिए पार्शलिटी दिखाना. Okay, that is biased opinion. You are tilted towards someone. Okay, now prejudice means biased opinion based on insufficient knowledge. Prejudice comes from the word pre and judge. Okay, making a judgment, making a judgment before knowing any detail is prejudice. Okay, prejudice, as I told you, prejudice means a biased opinion. Okay, to give your opinion based on insufficient knowledge means you do not have sufficient knowledge about that particular thing. Okay, without knowing about something, you give your opinion, and that is partial. Okay, you give your partial opinion. Okay, you do favoritism, or if you do partiality without having complete knowledge about the thing. Okay, that means prejudice. Okay, so prejudice is generally a biased opinion. Okay, partiality, okay, or favoritism, due to which you make a bad opinion or biased opinion on the basis of insufficient knowledge. You do not have sufficient knowledge, or you do not have right knowledge about the thing, and you make your opinions. Okay, now the second point says that prejudice has come from two words, that is pre and judge. Okay, pre and judge, what does this mean? See, making a judgment before knowing any detail. Okay, it means टू डू जजमेंट. ओके, टू जज समवन. ओके, अपना ओपिनियंस किसी के बारे में बनाना बिना जाने कि सामने वाला क्या है, कैसा है. वी डू नॉट नो एनी थिंग अबाउट द person who is there, or we do not know anything about the thing. Okay, but we make our judgment, but हम उसको judge करने लगते हैं. We start to judge them. Okay, and before knowing the actual fact, before knowing the things in detail, we judge the people, or we judge the people according to the circumstances. Okay, so that is the meaning of prejudice, that is pre judging, okay, means we judge the people before knowing any detail about them, okay, before knowing about them, before getting any idea about them, we make our judgment, we make our opinions, okay, we make our decisions. That is what prejudice is. Now, see the next point. In our society, many of us are affected by prejudice. We may have belief which may not be factually correct or may be incomplete, but these beliefs make take certain decisions and form perception. This is not A, this is us. Make us take certain decisions and form perceptions. Students, in our society, many of us are there who is affected by prejudice, okay. We may have belief which may not be factually correct. It happens, students, that हम कुछ हमारे मन में कुछ सोच है, we believe in something, but हमें नहीं पता कि that is actually correct or not, okay. हम कुछ चीज़ सुनते हैं, उस पर भरोसा करने लगते हैं, बट हमें ये नहीं पता कि एक्चुअली वो चीज़ सही है या नहीं सही है। और जो चीज़ हमने सुनी उस पर हम भरोसा कर लिए और हमने ये जानने की भी कोशिश नहीं करी कि एक्चुअली में वो चीज़ सही है या नहीं है, ओके। सो विदाउट हैविंग सफिशिएंट नॉलेज अबाउट द थिंग और विदाउट नोइंग इट इन डिटेल, वी एक्चुअली judge people, or we actually judge the situation of the people, and we make our own opinion, we make our own belief, okay, and we start believing on that without having factual knowledge and without having the knowledge of whether it is correct or not, okay, and plus we make our decisions on that. हम अपना decisions बना लेते हैं, हम ये चीज़ सोचने लग, जो हमने सुना उस चीज़ को सुनकर हम अपना decisions बना लेते हैं, हम अपने opinions बना लेते हैं. We start to judge people without having the complete knowledge, okay, about the situation or about the people. That is what prejudice is all about, okay. Now, see the next point. People hold prejudice about many things like people complexion or skin color, the clothes they wear, the language they speak, the region they come from, and their religion. Students, prejudice happens in society, okay. Everyone is affected by prejudice, okay. Many people judge them by their looks, by their skin complexion, by their lifestyle, by the clothes by the clothes which they wear, by the language which they speak, okay. By different aspects the people used to judge, okay. जब हम सामने वाले को देखते हैं, okay, we find them different from us. So it doesn't mean that we should start judging them, but it happens in reality that the people judge them, okay, and the people judge them on the basis of their skin color. अगर कोई गोरा है, अगर कोई काला है, someone is fair, okay. Someone's hair color is fair, someone's face color is fair, someone's body tone is dark, someone's body tone is light, some are dark, some are fair. So on the basis of that also people are judged, okay, on the basis of the clothes which they wear. हमें लगता है कि जो बहुत trendy fashion में रहते हैं, those who wear very stylish clothes, those who have a very classy type, those who are in suits, those who are in a very classy attire, they are very educated, they are very literate, they are very kind people, they are very good people, they are rich people. So we make that judgment in our own mind by looking at the people, okay. And when we look at see this picture at the center, when we look at the people who are very simple, who are dressed up very casually, who are a normal gentleman, okay, and we judge them by any mean, okay, by just looking at them, and just making our opinion, okay. We feel that they are very poor, they may be illiterate, they may not know anything, okay. So this judgment we make in our own mind, okay, by looking at just their appearances, okay. And we also judge the people on the basis of the language which they speak, on the basis of the region from which they belong, okay. We may judge them and their religion which they follow. Some are Hindu, see this picture, some are Hindu, some are Muslim, some are Sikh, okay. So some are Christians, Buddhism, Jainism, like different religions are followed by the people. So generally the people of the society judge the other people on the basis of their color, on the basis of their clothing style, on the basis of their religion, on the basis of the language which they speak, etc. The people get judged. See the next point. Some people think that an English speaking person is better educated and learned than a person who speaks in Hindi or a local language. They form the judgment without even knowing the background and the educational qualification of that person. Similarly, people have a tendency to think that a person who is fair complexion is superior. Students, it is a fact that we are the normal human being, we feel that the person who is speaking English, okay, he is much educated, okay, he is a literate person, he knows everything, okay, and the person who speak Hindi or who speak in their local language or regional language, we judge them and we feel that they do not have that much of knowledge, their background may not be so high, okay, so we have that kind of feeling in our mind, okay, so we try to judge people on their appearances, we try to judge people on the language which they speak, we feel that the English speaking person are much better than the person who speak local language, we try to judge them without knowing their qualification, without knowing their educational qualification, without knowing their background, we try to judge people, that's correct, okay, it happens. Similarly, this is the truth of the society, okay, which happens, but actually we should not do that, okay, we should not do that. Similarly, people have a tendency to think that a person who is fair complexion is superior. It happens, as I told you in this, a person who has a fair complexion and the person who has a darker complexion, we feel that the person who have a fair complexion are much superior, and they might have a very superior lifestyle and a luxurious lifestyle, and therefore we judge the people who have a darker complexion. It happens in the society, but that is not correct, that's wrong, absolutely wrong. Next point, see the next point. India was under the British rule for hundreds of years. They had become the rulers and the landlords. Most Indians were poor. Since then, people have their perception that the white people are superior to the brown skinned Indians. So much is the prejudice that even today the highest selling cosmetic is fairness cream. That is absolutely correct, students. See what happened, India was under British rule, and the Britishers were generally the white people, okay, they were the white people, and during that era, during the British rule, we the Indians were very poor, we were very poor, we do not have any resources with us, we were very poor, okay. From that time itself people make this perception, okay, वो अपने mind में ये चीज़ perception बना लेते हैं, they tend to think that the white people are much superior, they think that the white people are superior, okay, white people are superior and the brown skinned than the brown skinned Indians, okay, so they judge the people on this basis, okay. And plus the best example which of prejudice is highest selling cosmetic is fairness cream. Today also people are more after selling the fairness cream, okay, and they actually are not doing justice to the society by actually they are practicing prejudice in the society, which is not actually correct, okay, so this should not be done. See the next point. Prejudice is bad for society. This leads to division in the society. We should avoid taking decisions without knowing and understanding the reality. Students, prejudice is bad for society, it is very bad for society. We should not judge people on the basis of their complexion, on the basis of their dressing style, on the basis of their language which they speak, on the basis of their skin color, on the basis of their religion. We should not judge people. If we judge people on the basis of their outlooks, then it will lead to division in the society, okay, there will be division in the society. We should avoid taking decisions and without knowing and understanding the reality. We should not take decisions without knowing and understanding the reality. First and foremost, we should have the complete knowledge about the person, we should know about the background of the person, we should have the knowledge about the educational qualification of that person, we should know each and everything about the person, okay, and we should not make our own opinions. We should not make our own decisions without knowing and understanding the reality. We should be aware of the reality. Okay, if we make or if we practice prejudice, okay, then it is very bad for society. Okay, that is why it should be avoided. Okay, students, so that's it for today. Further topics we will continue in our next class. Till then, stay happy, take care. Thank you.